Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to do a quick video demonstrating how I mapped Maschine MK3 on a basic hip-hop arrangement, trying to keep everything as mouseless as possible. Here's how the tracks break down. There's like a simple MIDI clip on track 1, which is the Tal Uno LX2. Great synthesizer, love it. This is the free Tal noisemaker. There's just a basic pattern on there. Simple drum loop. Simple bass loop and simple piano loop, basically, and I'll show you how I could do, just basically flesh this out. So these are just simple, clips. So the Maschine MK3 is mapped, this is always the jog left and right by measure. The joystick is track up and down or previous next. The left and right represents grid divisions. I forget exactly how I did this. Hang on. There we go. I think it's set to 16th notes by default. Actually, that's eighths. There we go. 16ths. Cool. I'll explain why later, or check out my other videos. I'm just trying to be, just trying to make as many YouTube videos as I can because they've been requested about how I use the Maschine or any MIDI controller as a control surface for Reaper. So I'll just do a quick demonstration, with this. So just zooming out a little bit with the mouse wheel. All right, so basically, these are tiny quick loops, and this is basically what the arrangement sounds like. I'm using the mouse here just so I can demonstrate first. So just a stupid, dumb little hip hop thing. So the piano's looping twice. This thing is 4 bars long. This clip, that's a couple bars, that's a couple bars, and this is just a bar. All right. So basically, what I do is I'll first extend the like the audio clips by using a page on my Maschine map. This is basically like the very first page. It's called items. Quantize within time selection, make the time selection a region, select item, and that's basically whatever the cursor is hovering over on that selected track will select that item. Duplicate item, split item, glue item, and trim right edge. Now trim right edge is really handy when you're doing loop-based stuff. So basically I'm going to select the item with select item, and then I'm going to scroll over and say I want this keyboard loop from bar 2 to bar 10. So I just hit trim right edge. Boom. Now it's a 4-bar loop. Now I can do the same thing here using the 4-way encoder. Select this item. Maybe I want the bass line to go, 4 extra ones. So from 10 to 17. Or actually 16. No. 19. Can't do the math. So anyway, right there. So the bass line is double the length of the drum or the keyboard loop. And if I want to do the keyboard the same way, again, all this is mouseless, right? Let's say if I just want to keep it 4, go up, select that one, cut that, go up, select this. So it's just nice. It feels like hardware. That's the whole point that I've been trying to do with this project for many months. And see, like right here, now check this out. So if I want to select this MIDI clip and extend this, it doesn't loop. But what I did was I created a shortcut called loop item source on this keyboard button right here. So if I click that, it turns that MIDI clip that wasn't loopable before into a loopable item now. Right? Very cool. And as long as, the edge is, lined up, if it's like a perfect, 4-bar loop, which it has to be. So again, let's say I don't want to loop it. So I just turn off loop item source. And then when I extend it out, it doesn't loop. And then loop item source, extend it out, it loops. Same thing with this clip right here. So I selected that one. If I go all the way here, it doesn't do anything because the item source isn't looped. Undo right here. Loop item source, trim right edge, bam. Very handy, very quick. So now instead of a short you know, musical piece, whatever. This is a thing that actually sounds like something so far. There we go. And then again, from the hardware, you could just you could do the arrangement like you want. So basically, what I would do instead is I would go to item page 2. I have trim left edge, which is really handy. So basically, like, say I don't want the synth part to come in until like right here. I just trim left edge. If I do the same thing right here, you know, obviously select the item first, trim or trim left edge, or actually, yeah, let's do it like this. Keep it nice and even, and you know, and all this is mouseless. So I'm selecting that item. Let's say I want the drums to come in, you know, way late. Now there's another thing I could do. Instead of trim left and right edge, I could just literally move the item. If I go right here, I got an encoder called move item. So basically, you know, I could do this again. All this is entirely mouseless. And let's say I want the bass, let's say I want the keyboard loop to start it and the bass to not do anything yet. So go down to that track, select that item, maybe trim the left edge right there, and then trim the right edge out, you know, as far as I need to. Do the same thing here, select this item. Maybe I want this to come in, I don't know, trim left edge. There we go. Go up here, select the item, you know, trim left edge. It's just really cool. It just kind of keeps things fun. Once you get used to the muscle memory, you can do all sorts of things. And selecting this item again, just moving it over. It moves the item by grid value. So if the grid value is at 16th notes, it's going to move by 16th notes. And if I do the grid at 8th notes, which is to the right once, it'll move it by eighths. If I go again, it moves it by, you know, quarter notes. If I bump this to the right again, it moves it by half notes, and again, it moves it by bar. So it's very handy. Good stuff. Tried to make this as cool as I could. Select this item, so we'll just drag this out, trim right edge with this menu button right here. So you got this piano loop going as long as you need. Or let's say, you know, we just want it like that. And, you know, just really, really easy. So now we can play it from here. You know, say that's the intro. Again, I'm not trying to win any awards with this beat. It's just a quick demonstration. So then everything comes in. Or, you know, again, let's say the beat doesn't come in just yet. So we'll select that item, trim left edge. And the synths, we could do the same thing here. Select item, trim the edge. Select item, trim the edge. Maybe trim it again. Do the same thing here. Select item, trim. You know, so now the arrangement from this part, you know, obviously you can see how I'm arranging this completely, entirely mouseless. So it's very cool. You got the transport controls, obviously, you know, right there. And another thing I wanted to demonstrate, which I'm still kind of tweaking a little bit, is MPC-style track mutes. So basically, if I go to the page called MIDI/automation, I have a shortcut here that selects all the tracks and arms them for mute automation. And this group right here on Maschine is actually track mutes 1 through 8, just like kind of like an MPC. I have it set to gate instead of toggle, because I like to, you know, hold the stuff I want muted and then, you know, like just kind of do it that way. I think it's cooler. So basically, I'm still tweaking this a little bit because I just added this to the map. But basically, if you open up this button, it selects all the tracks for mute automation. And it looks like the last one isn't automated, but that's fine. The 4 of them are. So like I said, I'm still working on this. So what you could do is you could start it from the top, and you could, like, let's say we'll... oh, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll have everything muted. I'll just, you know, just quickly demonstrate. So watch. So when you play, it's writing the mute automation. So I'm doing the first 4 pads. And obviously there's no sound yet, you know, because it's not lined up. But you could literally, you know, there's only 5 tracks. So this last one, I don't know if why the mute automation isn't working, but so when the other stuff comes in, So here's the bass there, then muted, right? Just like the other 3 tracks. And then the drums, you know, muting that and bringing it back, right? So I'm still working on that. And then the stop button basically just hides all these automation lanes when you're done. And then you just have to, you know, just select a track just to make them unselected again. But pretty handy. You know, I know it's not an MPC, but it kind of gives the workflow of one, especially when you're working with loops. And when you play everything back, I'll play it from here so I'm not wasting too much time. So you'll hear, yeah, see how I muted that? Even though you can't see the mute lanes, you obviously know that their bass just got muted. Drums are going to be muted in a second. See what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. A lot of fun. This is just like an ongoing, like month and month and month, you know, like just month to month to month. I've been messing with this for all through 2019, just trying to get more of a hardware feel with Reaper. I mean, that's the whole point with this. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know. Please like this video if you find it cool or useful. Subscribe. I really appreciate the, you know, the exposure. YouTube algorithms are basically impossible unless you already have like 100,000 subscribers to get seen. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for the next video. There's going to be tons more. All right. Thanks again.